specific, but there was a lot of E3 that happened yesterday as well, and last night Bethesda began the E3 party a little early with their E3 presentation. And to discuss all things Bethesda, please welcome Global Vice President of PR and Marketing of Bethesda Softworks. You probably saw him on stage last night, Mr. Pete Hines.
How are you, sir?
Things are good. How you had Blink 182 playing, you had gamers coming out. How was the event for you?
It was really good. I mean, it was our second year doing it. Obviously, last year we decided to give it a try, and we're pretty pleased. Wanted to do something a little different, but overall, I think we were pleased with what we had to show and the reaction to it. And a little tired, but
we
but
appreciate
pleased.
you coming downtown here to hang with us. And yeah, it was last year you guys set a very high bar with Todd and his Fallout 4 presentation, but this year you had a lot of great games and content. We saw, speaking of Todd, we saw him in the Xbox Scorpio video there, announcing that platform. He was obviously in favor of it. What's Bethesda's take on what Microsoft's doing there?
Yeah, I mean, we met with them a few weeks ago, and they kind of walked us through their plans. And obviously, for us, it's all about the power in the hands of the developers and what they want to make and what they want to push. And kind of the tech that we walked through and saw, and the hardware and what it's going to be able to do for guys like Todd and id and all of our studios, I think is very exciting. For us, it's mostly exciting to now be able to talk about it, because we were all under super secret probation to not say anything even internally. So we've been talking about future projects, and as it relates to this, and not even able to talk to our dev teams openly about it. So now we can hopefully be a little bit more open internally about what we want to do and how we want to support it. So
obviously, there's that, and PlayStation talked about them doing a high-end PlayStation 4. So it seems like, you guys are used to doing this on PC with sort of lots of different platforms, but it feels like the console business is going to move into this kind of iterative upgrade.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, because this is really the first time we've ever seen anything like this, and I have no inside information whatsoever as to whether or not this is going to be a regular thing. Are they going to start to do the as you guys were saying, the iPhone 6, the iPhone 6s? Is that going to start to be a thing or not? I mean, I own multiple versions of all of these consoles in my house. The S is something I will very likely get, just because I'm always upgrading and having hardware die, or adding something to the repertoire. So I think that it all looks pretty cool. It's interesting to see where they go down the road.
Exactly. Well, we'll find out much more, I think, about both those new systems, hopefully in the months ahead. Let's get to the games you guys talked about last night. Big announcements, Quake Champions, the return of Prey. I know Tim's going to be here to talk about Quake. Todd's going to be joining us. Harvey's going to join us in a few minutes to talk about Dishonored. So let's talk about maybe two other things. The return of Prey. This is a franchise that I remember from way back in the day.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. You guys had one you were working on, hasn't come out. Now you announced this new announcement trailer. Raph and the team in Austin are making it. Tell us, I mean, this is a reimagining of the Prey universe? Is that the best way to phrase it? Or
yeah, I mean, I think what it boils down to is Raph and his team taking a look at boiling Prey down kind of to its essence, almost as Marty talked about with Doom, where they talked about sort of going down to a very fundamental level about what that franchise and game is about. And here, I think Raph and his team looked at this and said, look, this is about aliens and being hunted, and them then taking that very basic idea and doing a very arcane take on it. Not unlike what you saw Machine Games do with Wolfenstein, right? Where it was, the game was about this, but Machine Games then brought a whole lot of other things where character and story and things like that were never really a part of Wolfenstein, and they brought that to the New Order. I think you're going to see a lot of Raph and his team bringing arcane-style gameplay to this.
So, first-person shooter, right?
First person, that immersive, that sense of place in the world, very heavily systems-based, so nothing scripted, where there's a lot of tinkering and a variety of different ways to play through the game. Not just sort of, it's a shooter, so you're just going through and shooting stuff. There's a whole bunch of different ways to approach combat, non-combat, using stealth, using a variety of different things.
Are we going to see portals in it again in some way?
We'll have to wait and see.
All right, and let's also talk about Elder Scrolls Legends. You announced that it's coming to mobile as well. I know it's going to be on Google Play, which we're excited about. Will be coming out. This is a passion project of yours.
It is. I mean, I've played obscene amounts of this game in the last year since we announced it at E3. I mean, it's a game I've been playing for years now. I'm still not tired of it. And as we're continuing to get more folks in the beta and able to continue to refine and tweak, I just see it getting better and better. It's exciting and fun. There's an awful lot of really good players already in the game, now we're excited to be able to talk about it coming to. I play it on my iPad all the time at home. Actually, just sitting watching. When the Caps
You're probably
are still in the playoffs.
sitting in the green room playing.
So being able to play it on a tablet is great, and as you said, it's great to bring it to Google Play Store for tablets and for phones, and also to the iPhone and Mac. We've had a lot of folks asking us about Mac, so we wanted to bring it to as many platforms as possible, so all the ways that you used to playing games at Legends can be right there with you.
Awesome. All right, well, we have another special guest that's going to join us here. Harvey, come on in to talk about all things Dishonored 2. Great to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
You got a few minutes more rest than Pete, but here you are. I'm sure a late night, but an amazing presentation last night of the game. We saw the sort of reveal trailer last year at E3. You guys have been completely silent about the game, really, up until E3 and the Game Informer cover and this. You showed gameplay. You showed an incredible trailer. Tell us, the world of Dishonored, I think people love to sort of, play the game the way they want to. For this game, new powers, obviously the story of the characters. What do you feel like was the thing you were really trying to communicate last night about what's new for Dishonored 2?
Yeah, first of all, it was a really special night for us. We've been waiting for a long time to show fans what the game looks like, and they're constantly harping on us. Show us gameplay, show us gameplay. So last night was like a huge relief for us, very special. But our big point last night, I guess, was this is what it feels like to inhabit Emily Caldwin as you move through our pseudo-Victorian setting, and what her powers are like, and it was really great to show the new engine.
Looks beautiful. The art direction is just it comes to life, and the sense of story is wild. So tell us, in terms of new powers and abilities, everyone remembers obviously from the first game. What are some of these sort of new powers that we're seeing in this gameplay?
Yeah, so all the stuff from the last game that Corvo Attano has, the Devouring Swarm and Bin Time and Possession, all that's back. It's been extended. There are new ways to upgrade it, new wrinkles to it. But Emily's powers, every one of them are entirely new. Yeah. So she has Mesmerize, which allows her to summon a void entity that sort of puts everybody into a stupor, so she can either sneak past or take them all out. She has Domino, where she can link a bunch of people and do something to one of them. Like, you link 5 people and you set one on fire, they all burn. Yeah. So there are lots of interesting ways to combine those powers.
Now, one of the hallmarks, I think, of Dishonored is, deciding your own play style, how you want to play through this. People can play, a very violent way. People can play in a stealthy way. You sort of said, there could be a third way to play. What do you mean by that?
Third way to
Somewhere
play.
In between? Or it's like, I don't know. Pete knows what you're talking about.
I know what he's talking
about.
Yeah,
you want to talk about that? Okay,
sure.
So I guess this is an exclusive. We haven't really talked about this, but our team is super psyched about this one way to play. There's a new mode in the game called No Powers mode. Okay. When the outsider offers you his mark, you can literally say, "No thanks, I've had enough of your gifts." And he can say, "That's another surprise," and fade away. And then you play the entire game without any supernatural powers. No blink, no far reach, no bend time, no possession. You have to, we call it flesh and steel. You have to make your way through the game leaning, jumping, sliding, assassinating, climbing without any powers. It's pretty exciting.
That must be that's insane.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
I was going to say, so that...
It can't be understated, by the way. In a game like that Harvey and Arcane make, where you can do all of these things and they have to accommodate all of these play styles, that they're allowing for everything Corvo can do, and everything Emily can do, and all the different ways you can upgrade those powers, and then throwing all of that away completely and saying, here is this entirely, completely sort of normal, regular human, no superpower way that is also accommodated. It's pretty.
Well, I was just
amazing.
Even to make the game work, so you can actually make it through that way.
Exactly. So I think that it sounds like, it's a pretty cool thing, but the amount of work that these guys have to do just to support that kind of choice, I think kind of highlights their dedication to giving players sort of the freedom to be who they want.
Yeah, and I think all those, the thing that makes it magic is all those things work together. Yeah. So if you want to play very violently, you can without powers, or with this power or that power, or with Corvo or Emily. Yeah. On the other hand, if you want to play without killing a single person, you can do that with any of the combination of powers, or you can do it with no powers. So it's all the combinations work together.
An insane amount of choice, and the thing is, the game and the level of detail, it doesn't get compromised. You guys build an amazing, immersive world, and the gameplay looks incredible. Well, Pete, Harvey, thank you so much for stopping by. We have much more Bethesda to come this hour, so stay tuned. Todd Howard will be with us, and also Tim Willits will be here to talk about Quake Champions. So thanks very much, guys. I'm going to make my way over here.